Hi everyone, Justis here. I'm at Montreal, Canada, inside the Ubisoft studios where they've just unveiled the newest Assassin's Creed game. I'm here with Patrice Sharon. And he's a creative director and he's about to tell us all about the newest Assassin's Creed game. What is it?
Okay, so the newest Assassin's Creed game is called Assassin's Creed Iteration. As you can see, we are playing once again as Connor in the Frontier. We're using the Watch Dogs engine, so we have a lot of amazing animations. We've got a lot of new effects, but what we really wanted to show you today was some of the new systems that you'll be experiencing next year when you play the game. So our newest system is called the Auto Run system, and as you can see, all I have to do is press X here, and Connor will begin traversing towards the next objective.
So you just pressed X?
Yes.
What if there's like a side mission or something and you wanted to stop?
Oh, well, that's very simple. You just press X again, and as you can see, Connor has stopped traversing. So if we have a lot of systematic events that you'll be able to see and experience. So if you want to check those out, all you have to do is press X and check it out.
Okay, so you've replaced the old the simple free running system that you had before, and you put this automated thing in?
Well, Assassin's Creed has always been known for its spectacle, the immersiveness of the environment, its great animations, but it's also always been known for accessibility, and that's what we want to do. We want to bring it to new players, right? So yes, it is less one-to-one, but it's more one-to-fun, as we like to say here at Ubisoft.
Okay. I noticed there's like a lack of HUD, unlike the other Assassin's Creed game. Were you trying to be immersive by doing that as well, or?
Well, this is just a preview build. It's not the final build of the game. In the final version, actually, most of the screen here and here will be taken by HUD. So what we wanted to do now is just show you a little bit of combat. So why don't you take the controller? It's very simple here.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you do is just approach the just approach the guards there, and then what we've done is we've made a brand new system. It's called the competitive AI system. So what we've done is we've given Connor some AI, and what that does is that Connor's AI and the enemy AI will actually fight each other. They will think independently.
You just said you gave Connor AI?
I'll explain. So what I want you to do here is just hold circle.
Just hold circle?
Yeah, just hold it. Okay, so as you can see, this has triggered combat. And what's happening now is that Connor's AI is actually fighting against the AI, just as a person would really fight against someone else. So it's not perfect. There's still it's still very intense because Connor can make mistakes. Obviously, he's not going to lose because that would be unfair. But you know, Connor, obviously, you can see all these amazing animations. There's some great choreography here. We wanted to show that off, and we wanted it to be as cinematic as possible. So, oops.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Where's the skill? Like, where's the challenge? What? You're just holding circle, and you're gonna where's the challenge? Where's the skill?
Challenge. I'm not familiar with that phrase. Hey boys and girls, welcome to another edition of New High Score. I'm one of your hosts, McBosspants.
My name is Justis.
And today we're going to be talking about Assassin's Creed 3. Now, if you're watching this review, you're one of two people. Either you haven't bought the game yet and you're thinking about getting it, or you've already bought the game because it's been out for a while, you already have your own opinions on it, and you're just watching this for entertainment. If that's the case, then bite the pillow because I'm going to start out really rough. But just like my victims, you might come out of this with a smile.
That's a rape joke.
Yeah.
I need a drink.
No, come on, no, you don't need a drink, you don't need it.
It's okay.
Just make this the one review where you don't get drunk. How about that?
No, it's okay.
No,
That's
come on.
okay.
No.
It's okay.
It's not
It's
okay.
okay.
It's not fucking okay.
You're not paying
it's not.
for
It's
it.
just said.
I need a drink.
No, just
Like Assassin's
just
Creed
breathe.
needs difficulty.
Just breathe.
No.
No. Okay. Okay, he's going. Yeah, he's gone. Well, I suppose the police will return him soon enough. Sweet guinea pig or winnie pig, does this game have some problems? I've never really liked Desmond's story in the previous Assassin's Creed games. I mean, either make him a proper character with a distinct personality that we can root for and relate to, like, you know, Nathan Drake, or make him a completely blank slate so we can imprint our own personality onto him, like Gordon Freeman. Don't give him a backstory and make him completely blank. Now he's just some guy that I don't fucking care about. Desmond sections are also kind of silly. Yeah, there are some interesting sci-fi concepts here and there, and they're only mentioned, but the core of the drama is really weak. Partly because you have to experience it alongside another more impactful a word? I'm gonna take their word for it. Alongside another more impactful story like Connor's story or Ezio's story or Altair's story. You do get to take Desmond out on missions in the modern world, which is pretty cool, but you're constantly questioning character motivations, the pacing is terrible, you just wish you could get back to Connor. And not to spoil anything, but the ending of Desmond's story, oh wow, that's really unsatisfying. Not just because it's inconclusive, so I mean all Assassin's Creed games are inconclusive, but just because I didn't feel anything, even though I obviously should have, because it was rushed, and so again, exposition and character motivation weren't clear enough. But in terms of narrative, it's Connor sections that really stand out, surprise, surprise, like every Assassin's Creed game. It's always the ones from the past. I mean, that's why you come to Assassin's Creed, because you want some period drama. It's in these sections that you'll find the best drama, the most interesting characters, and the best dialogue as well. I really appreciate a game that dares to be slow-paced, and boy, is Assassin's Creed 3 slow. However, Assassin's Creed uses its time wisely. I mean, it uses it to develop character relationships that we really get to care about, and to flesh out the world and make it feel more real, you know, more populated, more authentic. All of the drama, all of the writing that happens between Connor and his family and his friends, that's the best writing in any Assassin's Creed game so far. Assassin's Creed 3 hasn't quite graduated to the upper echelon of video game writing, you know, like Uncharted, Portal, Mass Effect, that kind of thing. But it's a hell of a lot more thoughtful and provocative than a lot of movies that come out nowadays, and so that's pretty impressive. Connor is an interesting character actually because he's an outsider, so we see things through his eyes. His questions, his observations, his discoveries, they're ours as well. This makes the dialogue ripe for like social commentary. Sam Adams is like, yes, I'm Samuel Adams. Yes, there's a beer named after me, blah, blah, blah. I'm so cool. Connor's just like, yeah, you own slaves there, you fucking bastard. Game's not afraid to do shit like that, which I find really funny. However, this kind of writing isn't present in every mission. It's sort of inconsistent that way. Surprisingly, the least interesting missions are the ones where Connor interacts with like famous historical figures. The founding fathers and their allies are really one-dimensional. Each one of their introductions is the same. It's always, oh hi, remember me from the history books? Not quite what you expected, am I? Okay, bye. And then they just fuck off and carry on with the revolution. These moments are also the most referential, and this is a problem I have with all Assassin's Creed games. Assassin's Creed has always been really terrible at making its stories stand alone as one cohesive narrative. But this time I think it's really a shame considering the potential of the setting. You'll constantly be looking up Wikipedia just to clarify character motivations. It's like, why didn't they just kill that guy? Like, right there. Like, why didn't they just end it right there and kill that guy? Well, it's because he's a war hero and he's really respected. And at the time, people would be like, oh, you can't kill that man. He was at the Battle of so-and-so and he did this and that, and he can't possibly be evil, even though he's cackling like a maniac and twirling his mustache. Also, since there are so many accounts of what actually happened at these specific times, there's often not a lot for Connor to do. The game does a great job of conveying the idea that Connor was integral to the revolution, that the revolution wouldn't have happened if it wasn't because of him. However, Connor's involvement is always one oversimplified objective. Warning the militia that the British are coming is actually just a really long and boring escort mission. And the Battle of Concord is basically like a tower defense game, except nowhere near as interesting as the ones in Revelations. Yes, I like the tower defense in Revelations, okay? I also like planet scanning in Mass Effect 2, fucking sue me. So speaking of gameplay, AC3 also has a lot of side activities, and these activities might feel systematic because, you know, you don't activate them, there's no cutscene, there's no loading time, but they're not systematic, they're scripted. And it really shows because a lot of them are really just retreads of what Assassin's Creed 3 did before, with, you know, the odd pig herding minigame. One problem with these side activities is that some of them are really redundant and like just not, like why are they there? You could get the pelt of animals and then trade it for like wood or like timber, lumber, brick, whatever. And then you can make objects and then sell those objects for money. Well, just fucking sell the pelts. But that's not the only problem with Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay. No, sir. Assassin's Creed's gameplay has always been a real downer for me. Because, to be perfectly honest, the fundamental ideas behind it are like the opposite of everything that I find fun. So when I play a game, I like the controls to feel as manual as possible, you know, almost one-to-one. I don't like it when a game does something without me. I like it when every action that the character does in the game is something that I did. Because that's more immersive, you know? It makes you feel like you are that character, or at least that character is in your hands. If the game isn't responsive, or if it feels too automatic, then the interactive part of the game, which is the major thing that sets it apart from other media, sort of loses its impact. I also think that the part of the game that should present a challenge in any given situation should be the subject matter of the conflict. If my character is supposed to be fighting a bunch of guys, then the challenge should be the enemy design and the enemy AI. In instances like this, like controls, weapon design, level design, they should all help you. They should all make things clearer, not hinder you. That's what I think anyway. Lastly, and most importantly, and I think most fundamentally, the basic joy of playing a video game is improving on specific skills. Part of the reason video game narratives work is because you change as the main character of the game changes. You get progressively better at something just as they do. You take the journey with them, you know. And even without a story, getting better at something is a satisfying experience no matter what. So if a game forces me to do something again because I wasn't good enough at it, I don't mind because I want to get better at it, you know? Now with that in mind, imagine a series of games that does the fucking complete opposite of everything that I just said. Yeah, that's Assassin's Creed. Only the combat of Assassin's Creed 3 has anything to do with skill, and only when you start playing as Connor. And I use the word skill very loosely. When you start playing as Connor, it's like that part in The Wizard of Oz where everything goes from sepia into color. Suddenly the gameplay just works. Like it just works. And like every game with hand-to-hand melee since 2009, the fighting feels a lot more like the Batman Arkham games. Don't expect the same level of responsiveness, mind. But just like the Arkham games, Assassin's Creed 3 encourages you to multitask and concentrate on each individual enemy even though you're fighting lots at the same time. You need to strike people. You can't just counter everything like Ezio. It's not like that. When you counter, the game slows down for a little while and then you have 4 options, and each option is represented by a base button. You could go for an insta-kill with the left hand, insta-kill with the right hand, you could trip your opponent over, or you could disarm them. So for example, if you disarm a tough enemy, they can immediately pick their weapon back up. You don't have much time, so you gotta keep wailing on them. You gotta use those strikes. So this one little difference makes Assassin's Creed 3's combat way more fun than previous games. It's not as fun as Arkham City, but you know, it's still kind of fun. There is one fucking awesome aspect of AC3's gameplay though, and that's the naval battles. Like, I was skeptical when I first saw footage of it, but man, this shit is fun. In fact, I wish that there was a game that was just like being a pirate. Now that I've played Assassin's Creed 3, I want a pirate game. I found the controls to be really simple, really intuitive, and it feels a lot better than you would expect piloting a 150-ton vehicle to be. Battling in the high seas feels sort of like an 18th century version of a space sim in the sense that you have to adjust your trajectory and you have to calculate the different speeds of different ships. But you also have to time your commands because they take a while, because you have to get your crew to do them for you, right? So you can't just keep wailing on the fire button because it has a cooldown. And you don't want to be caught during that cooldown when you need to take cover from cannon fire. So there's a lot of fun to be had here. But aside from combat, everything else is ridiculously automatic, and it's just a question of go here, go there, and then over there in that order. And the only challenge is figuring out what that order is. Platforming sometimes requires a bit of precision, but only so far as aiming your character as you would a car in a racing game, and even that only matters when there's like an open doorway next to a scalable wall. All the horses in Assassin's Creed 3 feel like that one brain-damaged horse from Family Guy. Whether you're in the wilderness or in the city, the levels are not designed for horses. There are collision objects everywhere, different heights, different shapes, different like inclines, and none of them are designed for a horse. You'll get stuck everywhere, even if there's like a 2-foot drop. Like a 2-fucking-foot drop, the horse will be like, oh, I'm not going there, there's a fucking 2-foot drop over there. In fact, they make the horses in Red Dead Redemption look like Albert fucking Einstein, which is pretty damn sad. But here's the worst part of Assassin's Creed 3 gameplay, and it's something that's been present in the series since the very beginning. See, Assassin's Creed's controls are based around context and environment. So the rules are constantly changing depending on where you are and what your situation is. And even with the billions of intrusive prompts from the game's overzealous HUD, there's no way you could ever keep track of all of the rules that are going on behind the scenes at any given time. For example, okay, in one mission, I was gonna free some slaves, right? Simple enough. Each group of slaves was guarded by a bunch of guards, but only one of them was paying attention and the others were just smoking and chatting. First group of slaves, I saw the signs. There was a haystack right next to the lookout guard, and all the unattentive guards were in earshot. Okay, I thought to myself, I've played Assassin's Creed games before, I know the drill. That means those guards are fucking deaf. Even though I'm right there, no one is gonna notice me killing that guy because I'm in a haystack. As ridiculous as it sounds, at least it made sense to me. At least it was clear to me from context what I have to do. And sure enough, all the guards were as attentive as Helen fucking Keller. Second group of slaves, same drill, no problem. By this point, I'm feeling pretty good about my puzzle solving ability, so even though there's not much of a challenge, I'm having fun. Now, onto the third group of slaves, this time on a ship in the Harmer. Surprise, these guards aren't deaf. Merry fucking Christmas. Take any one of them out and the others will know, even if they're not facing each other, even if they're on the complete fucking opposite side of the ship. That is, unless of course you climb along the side of the ship and take them out one by one. If you do it that way, you can literally climb right in front of these two guards who are just staring up into space. You can just be right there, right in front of them, like this close, and they won't see you. You see what I mean? Skill has nothing to do with this. Neither does enemy or level design or AI, nothing. It's all trial and error.
I'm sure there is a reason, because this happened to me consistently when attempting an air assassination. But the point is that later in the game, this tactic does work in very similar conditions, even without a disguise. The game did not do a good job explaining why I failed while applying the technique it just taught me. This does not mean the game is broken, just that it has bad conveyance in some sections. It's annoying, since this problem has plagued every AC game I've ever played, but these trial and error missions are few and far between.
The worst part is that Assassin's Creed doesn't have checkpoints so much as what I like to call fun destroyers. When you fail at one specific challenge, you shouldn't be forced to redo a list of challenges you aced for no reason. You shouldn't be forced to listen to on-the-fly conversations again or watch cutscenes again. These things won't improve your skill. Freeing 2 sets of slaves again won't improve your skills either if the third set of slaves has a completely different set of rules. This was actually a really popular complaint when GTA 4 came out in 2008. And so when Rockstar did the DLC for the game, they made it differently. They made the checkpoints much more generous, and there was 1 checkpoint per objective. Rockstar made a mistake, people complained, Rockstar listened, Ubisoft didn't. See what I mean? It's the opposite of everything that I think is fun. Thing is, I've always liked Assassin's Creed, even though I've never really liked the gameplay. I like Assassin's Creed 3 for the same reason I like GTA. I mean, after all, a lot of the things that I just said, a lot of the criticisms, can be applied to GTA 4 as well. Assassin's Creed excels in creating a believable open world to explore. Exploring the frontier is a real thrill. I mean, it's sort of like the video game equivalent of being Jack from Titanic and being like, I'm king of the world! Every NPC, be they civilians, enemies, wildlife, they all feel real, and it really helps authenticate the world around you since the world is so populated. Every single aspect of Assassin's Creed 3 has been meticulously detailed to set a really authentic tone for the game. From the lexicon of overheard conversations to the stepwise melodies of like shipwork songs. This and the fact that there really just aren't that many period games out there make Assassin's Creed a very rare experience. In terms of presentation, the game is very hit and miss. And when I mean hit and miss, I mean, wow, that's amazing, and wow, that's fucking terrible. Several different Ubisoft studios came together to make this game, and it shows, but not in a good way. Really does not feel like a game that was made by one cohesive team. I mean, Connor's sections are really good in the frontier, but consoles are going to find it hard to render big cities at 30 FPS, let me tell you. So even though the artistry of the game's costumes and characters and architecture are really impressive, and even though the voice acting in Connor's sections are really top-notch, moments of really great storytelling are repeatedly destroyed by the most intrusive loading screens. It's so intrusive that it will actually cut sound effects right in. But that's nothing. That is nothing compared to the shittiness of Desmond's sections. Desmond himself looks like a fucking puppet. He looks like the developers really wanted David Schwimmer to have a baby with Vincent Schiavelli. And the Scooby-Doo gang that follows him around looks like the most basic presets on the most amateur 3D modeling software. There'll be dramatic scenes where they're literally shouting at each other in frustration like, "You bastard, you left me, you motherfucker." But the characters all have a blank face, so it's like, "You bastard, you left me, you motherfucker." Or in Becca's case, I mean, she's always smiling, like her character model is smiling, so she's constantly smiling like an idiot. "You bastard! You left me, you motherfucker!" They might as well be having these conversations as a fucking T-pose. There's also this really funny loading screen where they're all in the mystery machine. They're obviously in mocap suits and they're obviously pretending to be in like a moving vehicle. But they're obviously pretending because they're all out of sync. It doesn't look like they're driving, it looks like they're listening to Hanson. It sounds like I hated Assassin's Creed 3, but I didn't, I actually liked it. It's hard to convey that when there's so many problems with it and when what's good about it can be summed up so simply. But these small merits really help Assassin's Creed stand out as a series, and Assassin's Creed 3 is no exception. Assassin's Creed 3 is rife with interesting conflict and memorable character moments and really addictive dramatic tension. It might not have the most entertaining combat in the world, but it's leaps and bounds more fun than its predecessors, especially when you're talking about the naval battles. So, if you're an Assassin's Creed 3 fan, or if you just like period drama with a sci-fi twist, then yeah, you're probably gonna love Assassin's Creed 3. But if you like tight gameplay and you just want an open world game with tight gameplay, there are better games out there. However, Assassin's Creed 3 does get my new high score for best in the series, and it's mainly because of Connor. Well, actually, it's mainly because of this character called Haytham. But I can't talk about him because it's sort of spoilerific. But just know that this is one of my favorite characters in video games this year. So I'll let you discover him for yourself. I'm also giving it a new high score for best new mechanic of the year because those naval battles are pretty cool, man. And finally, a new high score for best wolves in a video game. Seriously, it's like no one can really make wolves look good, but Assassin's Creed 3 did. So I guess my new high score for that. I was actually taken aback by the wolves. I was like, damn, that's a good looking wolf. So this game also has a multiplayer mode, and I would love to talk about it. I would love to. I would have also liked to have been able to fucking play it. Okay, so here's the thing. In case you never caught it, we here at Gameface live in the Philippines. And the Philippines, according to a Google study, has the second slowest internet in the world. So, I couldn't get online. Ubisoft servers are down, apparently. They're not. They're just not accommodating to our connection. So, if you live in the Philippines, I'm gonna go ahead and say that I doubt you'll be able to play multiplayer, which is kind of ironic considering that this is a game about freedom and equality. But from my understanding, the only new thing about the multiplayer is that it has a co-op mode, which you can actually play offline by yourself. You see, if you can't log in, you go into this offline mode in Assassin's Creed 3, and in this offline mode, you can do the tutorial, you could try going online again, or you could do the co-op mode by yourself. So basically, you just explore an environment that's not as fun to explore as the main storyline. Killing computer-controlled NPCs. Yeah, it's not good.
It's iced tea. So, my first impressions and my last impressions of Assassin's Creed 3 was basically like this. I was playing this game, and I was on the boat, and I haven't fought anybody yet. And then a fight starts, and then this thing on the screen appears, and it says, hold circle to parry. So I hold circle to parry, and he parries fucking everything. And then I went, fuck this game, and I went home, and I fucked off.
Since I talked about the most annoying part of Assassin's Creed 3,
Fun destroyers.
the fun destroyers.
I like that.
What's the most, and this is for you guys out there as well, let the world know in the comments below, what is the most annoying, frustrating level in any video game you've ever played? What's yours?
That bike mission in Mega Man X4?
Mega Man X4.
Yeah, that bike mission where you have to like avoid the crumbling rocks. Fuck, any bike mission in fucking Mega Man. No. The surfboarding mission in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game by Konami.
Was it?
My toe!
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that game.
I know exactly what mine is. It was in GTA 4.
Yeah.
Actually, the final mission, if you choose the revenge option, it ends basically with you chasing a helicopter on a mountain bike. And there's a ramp, and you're supposed to ride the mountain bike up so that you could grab onto the helicopter. However, some fucking asshole decided to put rocks just before the ramp. So if you don't hit the rocks pixel perfect, literally pixel perfect, then you're just fucked. You're fucked, and you have to start again. And guess where the checkpoint is?
Where?
Before fucking time began. It's like it's literally, one time I timed it, and the checkpoint was literally half an hour.
Half an hour?
Yeah, before.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's bad. Luckily, I never beat GTA 5. 4.
I've never beaten GTA 5.
Luckily, I've never beaten GTA 4 because I found it boring.
Like we said, let us know what the most frustrating level in any video game you've ever played is. Let the world know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel in the corner over there, and you'll notice a lightsaber at the bottom of the screen. Make sure it stays green. Do not turn over to the dark side. I'm McBosspants.
My name is Justis.
And we'll see you next time on New High Score.